How do I check that the data held on my employer by the PPF is correct? To talk through the issues, I'm joined now by Chris Collins. He's Chief Policy Advisor at the PPF, and also by Rachel Kosnahan. She's Lead Data Analyst at Experian. Chris, what information is available on the PPF Experian portal?
As with scheme information, it's really important to make sure that the information that's held on the employers to the scheme is accurate. And you can check that information on the PPF Experian portal, and that will show you both the information about who the employers are that are being scored and also the data that's being used to score them. And so that's an important thing to check throughout the year.
So why might the score of your employer change?
So the main reason that you'd expect to see changes in score is because new data is available to us. So that might be either that the employer has filed a new set of accounts and those are being used in the scoring, or alternatively it might be that new information is available about the ultimate parent company of an employer. The second thing to mention is that from time to time we do update the models that are used. That most recently has been for 2018-19, and that means that scores changed from October 2017.
How can you access the portal?
Well, there's actually two levels of the portal. So there's scheme access and employer access. So we'll first look at scheme access. If you're a trustee, you'll receive an email from the portal inviting you onto it, so you can automatically enter it. You can also, as a trustee, delegate access to other individuals who you'd like to see the scheme on the portal. They can then use the same access box as you do. And another way is to request access through the scheme access request box. That will send an email to the trustee who can authorise a request for you to see the scheme.
And for employers?
So there's another section on the portal which allows employers just to view the one employer that they're interested in. For that you need a PSR number, so that's a scheme number, and an employer level ID, maybe a company's house number, charity's number, or Experian ID, and an email address, and obviously the authority to access that employer.
What is the Whatif function on the portal?
So the Whatif function is a tool that you can use to understand what's driving your model score and what is contributing, what factors are taken into account. It helps you also to anticipate your new score should you be receiving new accounts or new information. If you need something changed, first there's a whole FAQ section on the portal which really is helpful in helping you to understand different aspects of the appeals, ways you can adapt your score, etc. If you do have any further questions that aren't really being answered by that section, you can contact our customer services, and the details are on the portal in the same area as the FAQ section.
And what if I want to make a change after the data deadline?
So that would be viewed as an appeal, an Experian appeal. And for that process, you essentially need to email us with a heading PPF appeal and with the details of whatever's wrong with your score. And it will enter a formal process where we reply within 28 days to either accepting or rejecting that appeal. If your appeal is rejected, there are other avenues to explore. So you can go and appeal to the PPF, and that would be regarded as a levy review, for which there's a formal process that the PPF have.
Yes, indeed. I think a couple of things to note on the timescales for that. First of all, an Experian appeal can only be initiated after the final mean score has been calculated for the scheme, and that's the score for the whole year. So you can't appeal an individual month's score in isolation, and that's designed to avoid a situation in which actually you might have a doubt about one particular score, but over the whole year it doesn't in fact make any difference. So that's the first thing to say. And the second thing is just in terms of the review process that Rachel just mentioned, the levy review process. If it does relate to an Experian appeal, then we can only consider a levy review after the Experian appeal process has been exhausted.
And where can I get more information on this?
Feel free to visit our website, go through the FAQs. Also on the PPF website there's a wealth of information with regards to the determination insolvency risk appendix. And as well, you can always contact us on email or via phone.
Rachel Cosnahan, Chris Collins, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.